Pisces, welcome to a new era. My name's Emma. I'm very tacky here, I feel. Welcome to your monthly read for May of 2024. Before we dive into it, I just want to say that I haven't uploaded a lot of videos lately, and it's because I'm venturing out in a different direction. I'm having conversations with wonderful people that I will start to upload soon. More like a podcasty feel. I think that it's interviews, conversations about things that really can help us move forward, really become our fullest potential. So I'm so excited for that, and I hope you will be as excited as I am for it. I will continue to do these monthly reads, and I will continue for a moment more to do personal readings. So if you're interested in one, please go read about it in the description and send me a message, because I don't know for how long I will continue to do those, because it's just not enough time. But now, Pisces, let's see what's going on for you for the month of May. Starting with an overall energy, and then going deeper and deeper into the message, and then have the fairies come out at the very end to give you some messages. Okay, Pisces. Pisces. Gratitude. Be grateful for all you have. Wow, there's like so much going on, and there's so many things that should all like fit within one. This is my Pisces card, by the way. Very much like being underwater. We're connected to the water. We're inside this huge shell, seashell, that to me talks about like really paying attention, listening to your intuition. That there's things being said from underground or from the heavens, if you will. There's no there's no judgment. There's so many things happening. I see like lightning striking. Like there's probably daily insights happening right now, Pisces. I see in the peripheral reality there's things going on like in the distance, I would say, with people that you also have like, okay, I'm doing what I'm doing right here, but I'm also thinking about those out there, and I'm thinking about my family over there. I'm thinking about like, we have small children here playing, that can be like your own children, can be grandchildren. You're thinking about so much other things as well, like they are in the surrounding, but what's most important right now is whatever's like really bringing your attention to it, like whatever's really passionate. I see it's like we have the Chariot card within this card. Because if we look closely, and look at that, it's a gazillion horses. It's a gazillion horses in the front, and you're holding like a big, like the sun or like a light bulb. And then there's a dude in the back there steering the horses. Excuse me. So it's like a little bit of a chariot situation. So it's like there's something with such speed moving forward right now. You're in control of it. You're in the driver's seat, but it's moving fast. And it's like, yes, you're in the driver's seat, but you also better get along with it. Just jump on board. It's interesting because it's like your own creation, but it's like you need to be on board with your own creation. I don't know if that makes any sense. So there's a lot of things going on, and at the same time, like really listen, pay attention to your immediate now, present moment, and to your surroundings, like what is happening. Interesting start. Okay, Pisces, and gratitude, to just feel grateful for maybe sometimes you're so lost in what's happening, and there's so many moving parts, and it moves so quickly that we sometimes forget to just really be grateful for whatever's happening right in front of our eyes. I know for sure I can stop every once in a while and smell the roses and say like, oh my goodness, like what a life to be alive in right now. Like it's so many so many things happening, and we can sometimes feel lost in the things that are happening, but instead of feeling lost, just really be appreciative of just be freaking alive. Sometimes that just comes over me. Okay, going deeper into this message. What do we have for Pisces, please? Might also be that you're learning to juggle a lot of things at the same time. Like you have a lot of balls up in the air, and it's like, okay, so you want to do this thing, but you also want to focus on your children or on your grandchildren, or like you want to do this thing, but I should contact my mother or my father, or like I should think about these things as well. And it might be that you even are like really good at starting to be, you're right in the center of what you're doing, but you're sort of bringing in the surroundings, like you're learning to deal with it all without freaking out, without getting sick, without feeling like you're torn in half. You're managing, helt enkelt, I would say in Swedish. You're managing. Okay, what do we have for Pisces, please? Interesting. Okay. I was gonna say the round before, but I didn't. And then another round of like nothing, and it's not too much movement in the energy. I can feel when there's movement, when there's a card that's about to jump out, and I've gone 2 rounds without feeling any real movement. So I think that's a message. Even with all this is crazy, because it's like, even with all this going on, Pisces, it's like you still feel that there's no real movement, or there's no real so maybe this is like you have, I'm not receiving this. I'm trying to use an analogy for the energy that I just felt. So it's like you have this brilliant idea. You maybe even have put the idea into a book. You've written down this book, or you had this idea to move to somewhere, and you might even be like so on your way that you even have purchased a house, or you purchased for vacation. You want to go someplace for vacation, and you even have put in you bought for the time when you're supposed to be there. Like there's so much going on, and you're navigating so many things, and it's like you've done so many things, but it's still not out there. You're still not on that trip. You still haven't moved. You still haven't you haven't launched the book. You haven't does this make sense? It's like there's so many things happening, and yet there's no movement. It's slow. It's slow. I was not going to say slow. I was going to say it's so, but maybe it feels like it's slow. It feels like it's I think, I don't know if you're distrusting. You might not be distrusting. You might just have to work on your patience a little bit. You might just be a little bit of a tweaking on your patience, that if you just sit down in the boat and you understand that having all of these things happening at once and so much going on, there's no way that this cannot, like, you're going on that trip. You will move to this place. You will launch that book, or you will set sail. You will set sail to whatever idea that is, or to whatever project, or like in terms of something within relationships, or in terms of your health. It will happen. You just need to practice your patience right now. And like I said, most people might not even be distrusting in the process, distrusting that this won't happen. But if there's 1 or 2 of you guys out there feeling like, well, there's a lot of ideas, and there's a lot of visions, and there's a lot of dreams, even like maybe even at nighttime, and but I don't see too much movement on the outside. This is like a validation, or like a little bit of like coming in to just say like you are on the right track, and whatever you're feeling, it's gonna play out. Okay, so with all that said, let's now see if there's movement. Yeah. So once I've delivered a message, it's like we can move on. I feel like there's one more. Now let's see what this is. King of Summer. Wow. And it's a little fishy on the, look at that. On his shirt or whatever costume this is, there's a little fishy. Looks like a fish. If we can. Camera. There you go. A fish on the clothing. You're the King of Summer. This speaks about, King of Summer can also be about a romantic partner coming in. We don't have too much about that just now, but let's see. Might pull a card on that. I was gonna say, and there's the Queen. The King and the Queen. So, okay, I will say something first and then we get into the romantic stuff. So this King of Summer, this is you, Pisces. Someone who's very, so whatever this mission is that you're on, like how all these things happening right now at once, coming at you from every direction. It feels maybe like lightning strikes every single day. And if this is like not coming from the outside, there's a big internal shift. You cannot miss this. You probably are drawn to this reading. King of Summer is someone, the King of Summer is someone that is very devoted to their dreams, very devoted to their projects and seeing things through. This is what I mean. Like, you don't have to worry that things are going to fall apart or things are not going to be launched the way that you want them to. I think it's just you being able to manage all the things going on, manage dealing with this at the same time as I'm dealing with this, that is a practice. And you just, as you continue to practice, you're going to get better and better and not so lost in the situation, but rather feel quite on top of things. This is when you're tuning into yourself and becoming that really beautiful Piscean energy that only you can be, like really deep and intuitive and so warm-hearted and so kind and so like in the process of things where a lot of other people, you should never compare, but a lot of other people will probably be very snappy, very agitated, being in this much things going on around them. You could easily get really frustrated. But I think you're just more and more coming into your own and coming into like, you can deal with 100 things at the same time and still keep your center. And it's, I don't know, it's just someone that really is starting to feel their confidence and feel their centeredness. And this is you. And the King of Summer also talks about that there's a romantic partner that could come in, and we have the King and the Queen on the table. The Queen of Autumn, I mean, there's no one I just adore her. She's my guru. She's someone that I look up to. Like if I can be the Queen of Autumn one day, I will be so happy. She's someone that is, and obviously the king is whether you're a woman or a man. The queen is whether you're a woman or a man. The queen is someone that just likes the luxury of things, of life, of situations. Whatever you can make more beautiful or more comfortable and more just, if we're not interested in any old sandwich. We want the whole shebang. We want the whole buffet. And if we're eating the buffet, it needs to taste good. We're here a short while on this planet. It needs to taste good, or I'm not interested. The Queen of Autumn is someone who likes to spend. Like there's no scarcity here. There's no lack. There's no, what if it's not enough for me or anyone else? This is complete polar opposite. This is like, what do you mean there's not enough? Of course there's enough. Like so confident in what they're doing. I just love this feeling of there's enough to go around for everyone. I only want the best in life, and really wants to make life super, super beautiful. Queen of Autumn tends to attract the king that is really well off, that is really, they know themselves, they better know themselves, or the Queen of Summer would, sorry, the Queen of Autumn would never attract them. The Queen of Autumn demands that the person that they're with, they could never be with a person that has a scarcity mind set. Like, if you, because the Queen of Autumn wants to get out there and explore and go on adventures, and while we're on this adventure, we need to have the best of the best. Like, and this is not saying that they're a materialistic, superficial, none of that. The Queen of Autumn is someone that's very generous and very warm-hearted as well. Just like the King of Summer, they're very warm-hearted, and they're I don't know why I'm going so in depth about the character of the Queen this time and the character of the King this time. There's something that's so important for you Pisces right now, that wherever you're at on your journey, both whether you're coming from the Queen's perspective or whether you're coming from the King's perspective, you're going to feel which one you're more drawn to. That it's so important that you sort of don't sell yourself short. Don't settle. You're here to get the best out of this life, and it isn't enough to go around for everyone. I know there's so many people having issues with the ceiling of the money. Like, if you have so much money, then you're taking from someone else. And you haven't taken anything from anyone. We are in an ever-expanding universe where the universe expands with every thought that every person ever has or have. And so how can anything be taken from anyone else? Whatever you're attracting into your immediate surrounding, your immediate life, is nothing that you've ever taken from anyone else. They can attract the exact same thing from a never-ending universe, okay? So it might just also talk about, Pisces, that you have the right to like a luxurious, adventurous, expensive life. And you have the right to attract the partner that supports that you're not looked down upon. And I see this relationship is now taking place in your life. You're attracting this person. That either you're more of the adventurous, we're gonna go on this adventure, I'll plan it all, please my king, follow me. And the king is just there to sort of hold the queen. And this can be like, I'm not talking about sexuality here. This is the feminine and the masculine. That comes, we can have two women and we can have two men, but we have a feminine and we have a masculine. One tends to be more of the feminine and one tends to be more of the masculine. One is more of the holder. The other one is more of the spreading your ideas, coming up with new thoughts, coming up with, and the other one is sort of there to holding that space. And whatever side you see yourself at there, Pisces, this is taking place. If this is not a romantic partnership, if this is a project, if this is a friendship, if this is a situation where it's just it's a connection that's being made. It's the same thing with a project, with a job, with an opportunity. Do not sell yourself short. You don't have to say yes to things that are just not up to your standard of living and your standard of evolution. Are you saying yes to projects right now that just doesn't evolve you? Do you know it all? Have you done it? Should you venture out in other arenas right now? You have the right to say yes to the things that are more challenging to you now, more exciting to you. You don't have to say yes, continue to say yes to things just because you said yes in the past. Or if this is a friendship and you're sort of moving along. You're really you're really expanding right now. You're coming into new places. You're figuring things out about yourself. You're taking it to the next level, to the next stage in your life. And there might be certain people that just doesn't catch up anymore. Know that there are other people that can come in to really fit the bill, to really fit the whatever evolution you're in, that there are friendships that can come along for the journey. It might not be up until now the certain type of friendships that have been following until now. They might fall away naturally, organically, and they will be replaced by someone else or several people or a community that just fits where you're going. So take this however it resonates. Maybe it's all, maybe it's just one of them, but like take whatever resonates. Take where you feel, and like the message here is that you have the right to just go full on. Just be the best version of yourself and start to really like receive what is for the highest good. And the more you receive for what is the highest good, that's what you're spreading into the world. And we could use more of that. Interesting read, like 2 cards. I will finalize this with I want one more from a different deck. I want to tell Pisces. The World. Okay. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. The World card. It's basically just saying, like, it's saying that you're closing down one chapter, a big chunk of your life. Who you were, what you thought, belief systems, patterns, all of that is like, comes along with like a big chunk of your life is like, we're coming to a close there. We're ending a cycle, coming full circle. And big spiritual growth. And you're happy to leave it behind. This is not like an unhappy ending, it's a happy ending. And coming into, walking a new planet, walking a new earth, stepping into the new version of yourself. That's very fitting. Excuse me. Okay, and then some final messages from your fairies. What do you want to tell Pisces, please? Feel safe. Interesting. Okay. One thing at a time. Okay, so in Swedish it says känna sig trygg. In English that means to feel safe. I just feel like, okay, it's a double message here. It's a double-edged sword. Interesting. So we have all these, like we have one dude there sort of looking like he's sneaking up on you or like looking at you. They're not. I'm not saying that this is one of those people in your life, but there's almost like some people are like, what are they up to? Like, what is Pisces? What are they doing? Like, what path are they on now? Like, what's with them? And there is a little bit of a that you need to feel safe in order to like open up to people about what your journey is about right now. I don't think that you share left and right what's going on inside of you, what's going on behind closed doors. And I don't mean what's going on beyond closed doors is a bad thing. I think that you're so leveling up at this stage in your life, but you can't really share that with everyone. And I think that if people just looked at you walking down the street, they would have no idea how spiritual you are, how on this evolutional journey that you are right now. And so you need to really feel safe in order to fully open up to the people around you. There's also another side to this, is that when you feel safe, it's almost like first we see you as almost being locked in by threats, by it doesn't feel safe to open up here. And it feels like a little bit like I'm standing inside here. But when you feel safe, it's almost like this little frame falls away and you're coming out being like so much stronger. When you feel safe and you start to speak your truth and you start to share with the world who you have become in whatever fashion that is, you're going to be such a force to be reckoned with. But I think you're more in the latter one. You're more in the feeling safe within your new clothing. I could make a joke about the clothing, but I won't. But you're getting there. You're liking this new you. I think you're liking it. There's a lot of things and shifts and changes going on in your body right now. Maybe you really feel it on the bodily level. Maybe it's a little bit confusing even, or a little bit like, what's up with my body? That's gonna settle in. You're gonna understand it all. Okay? Different reading here today, and I do see that the sound is a little bit weird now. I hope it's only on my end and not yours. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Take care. Bye.